All right, welcome to round 7 of Grand Prix Providence. You're watching this live, unless you're watching the recording. So right now we're going to watch a legacy match between Luis Scott Vargas, who I believe is going to be playing a Stoneforge control deck, versus Richard Shay, which we're not quite sure what he's playing. We think it might be Grindstone, could be some other...
It could be just high hopes.
Yeah, it could be high hopes for...
We're just hoping...
Yeah.
Some cool combo deck.
Yep, I'm Rashad Miller, and next to me we got Ray Punzala.
What's up?
And obviously thanks to TJ Collectibles. That's the TO of this wonderful event. Check them out at tjcollect.com. They've actually been treating us really well. They got us a hotel room. They gave us a ride. Well, they gave me a ride because I got up early, and they give Ray a ride.
We got rides from Gigi's Live fans.
Yeah, Ray got a ride from Gigi's Live fans, which coincidentally is our URL for the Facebook fan page. But anyway, yeah, they've been doing a great job. Tom Shay's an awesome guy. He cares about the game, and he actually cares about everyone in this room, and it's awesome in the shows. So check out TJ Collect.
tjcollect.com. How many of you out there watched Rashad's Providence video of telling you how to get around in Providence, what hotels to go to, and how to use Google Maps?
Well, Google Maps is pretty hard to use. I just made it simple for everybody.
If you didn't watch it, you might have flown into the wrong airport. It would have been a hike for you. But he teaches you how to get there too. And we start off with Mistress Factory.
Here we go, Mistress Factory. That is the winter, correct?
The winter. Synthesized Divining Top, and that's going to be met with
Mental Misstep. The card of the tournament.
Mental Misstep and Mental Misstep back. So 2 for 2.
You got to step in the name of love. It's like an R. Kelly song. Step. Because it's 3 steps.
Are you gonna be able to step tonight?
I'm going out. I brought my going out clothes and my going out hat. You guys ever seen the going out hat? It's pretty fly.
With people at the Prince Charles wedding, would you put them to shame?
A couple of them, because some of those hats were pretty hideous. But anyway, back to this game of Magic.
So Brainstorm over here by Richard is Mistress Factory, Force of Will.
This looks like it could be close to a mirror. Oh no! I see a. Is that a Sword of the Meek? Oh no, that's a Force of Will. I thought I saw a Sword of the Meek.
There's another tap in there.
That Ratchet Bomb? Oh no, that's a land. Okay, well, this looks like it's close enough to a mirror match. We got a couple of blue-based control decks. We have some Jaces and Mental Missteps. And let's see, we're going to get a good look at Richard's library. Or maybe not, he's just going to get an island.
It's concealing pretty well what he's playing so far.
Yeah, Richard's deck looks closer to the Jerry T list that he broke out with in Drew 11, because there's a lot of basic islands. The multicolor versions, don't have the luxury of playing island, but we see 2 islands, so it's probably mostly mono blue, possible splash for a spell, or it could be the energy flux, the energy field deck we saw.
Energy field deck. Did you see all the websites sold out once that deck broke out?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, energy field is a perfect answer for the mono blue deck that doesn't want to lose to Merfolk.
Pernicious Deed over there for Luis. And Richard, he's playing white too because there's a Stoneforge Mystic on top of his deck. Draws the Stoneforge Mystic. Looks like Richard's deciding if you really... he decided not to go with playing Stoneforge instead of just wastelanding the factory. Luis just plays a land and passes the turn.
Seems like Factory is one of the main win conditions for a lot of these decks, and being able to... I mean, usually you have an opportunity to wasteland it whatever you want, but getting rid of it right then and there is not the worst idea in the world.
We're probably going to see a Tundra here unless Richard happens to be playing a Plains. Oh, and he does.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. There's been
I guess he's never drawn that plains before. Drawing the plains is always terrible. But now his lands are perfectly wasteland proof.
And there's
Blue White Stoneforge, another take on the Stoneforge control.
yeah, it seems like Stoneforge Mystic is the card. Everyone's talking about Mental Misstep, and it's great. The Stoneforge Mystic, accompanied by a Battle Skull. It's like the 1-2 combo. This guy, he's made a buddy. You know, Stoneforge Mystic used to go and get weapons. Now he goes and gets a friend.
He has a... What was the other living weapon? Bone Horde was an annoying living weapon, but that wasn't as good.
That wasn't. You know, this is like a Bone Horde as always. You know, got a power toughness.
Go for the throw on the Stoneforge Mystic, so no cheap guys are coming into play. No cheap Battle Skulls. Sensei's top. One of the reasons lots of games get slow. So Richard has a Magus of the Moon in his hand, which with the Pernicious Deed into play isn't as scary as it would normally be.
It's still pretty annoying.
Yeah, but it forces Luis to crack his deed and not just sit on it.
Yeah, look at Richard.
The
There we go, Magus of the Moon. If this guy sticks, he won't be there for long.
Let's see what happens here.
I think LSV may be fine with using his Pernicious Deed on that card. But the Pernicious Deed basically hits play and sits a while and waits for a reason to, you know, to destroy something. And that's as good enough of a reason as anything. Once he gets to the point where he needs to actually destroy it.
Alright, there's Force of Will, Batter Skull, Jace the Mind Sculptor, in Richard's hand.
And Pernicious Deed does not destroy Jace the Mind Sculptor. Keep that in mind. That's actually an interesting interaction that a lot of decks take advantage of.
So
with their own deeds.
Yeah, and top draws a card, Force of Will, forces the counterspell that was targeting the Jason Mind Sculptor after the Pernicious Deed was cracked to get rid of the Magus. There's a lot of things that happened in that short amount of time. This could be in big trouble here. Jace is very hard to deal with.
Yeah, Richard has a Jace and 2 cards in hand, and Luis Scott Vargas has 1 card. Hence his legacy.
Let's see what happens now. Just thinking, does he want a Fate Seal? Does he want to draw any Fate Seals?
Fate Seal? Fate Seal seems very powerful, especially in Legacy, because all the cards are so, well, not all the cards, but there are certain cards that are just extremely powerful and you want to draw that card. There is a lot of redundancy and, you know, distribution of power over the cards in your deck. Each card is super powerful and has its own thing that it wants to do. Except for a deck like Zoo.
Yeah,
where
Zoo just says,
Zoo is just, yeah, let's just play the best creatures.
Efficient creatures. Alright, so Luis will get rid of the Volcanic Island and pass the turn. He's left with a Spell Snare, and that's all.
I don't think that Spell Snare is going to get him very far. And Fate Sealing is eventually going to win this game.
All you hope was when your opponent Fate Seals you is bottom, bottom, bottom.
Yeah.
or they're blind, so they can't see what's on top.
That's Luis Scott Vargas gets a land for his troubles. Is this a Brainstorm?
It's a top. It's just a top produce.
Land and the Face Seal. So Jace is currently at 9 counters.
And Richard Shay has a Batter Skull still in his hand. Luis is not going to wasteland the Tundra.
Another Fate Seal. Jace up to 11. His ultimate is 12, correct?
Yep. So there's just one more Fate Seal.
One more Fate Seal, and then the ultimate. Richard's contemplating playing the Batter Skull. But it's definitely got to get Force of Will. There's nothing else to Force of Will. 5 mana Force of Will from
There you go.
Luis Scott Vargas. He got draws, probably another land.
So Luis needs his own Jace. He needs a bottom from Jace, has to send it to the bottom. And the only card that Jace sends to the bottom is probably a Jace.
Probably, right about now. Wasteland on the Mistress Factory. Wasteland on the Tundra for the mana. So there we go. So Jace is up to 13 counters.
Oh, it's Pernicious Deed.
Pernicious Deed. But Pernicious Deed does not kill Jace the Mind Sculptor.
And there's a deed. And Luis
Yep, wraps
backs
it up. So Richard Shay's going to win game 1.
I see how Luis changes his board.
You know, I can't believe I didn't get a Sword of War and Peace out of that pack.
Who are you going to blame?
You know what? I'm going to follow the GamingEtc.com's motto and play Kibler. Hey!
Do we get a Brad Nelson?
You get a Brad Nelson. Hey, Brad Nelson, do you blame Kibler for all the bad things that happen to you?
They can't see you right now.
It's not on.
We're watching the game.
We're in a match, so you can do that while you're talking. And no one can know what's going on. But how'd you do today?
I'm still in it to win it.
Have you lost?
I have lost 2 times.
You know, it's probably Kibler's fault.
It is because I'm playing a 75.
Yeah. Oh, so we got an actual blame Kibler for the blame Kibler spot.
Is he playing right now?
No, he's not. We're just blaming Kibler.
Who are we watching?
We are watching Richard Shay and Luis Scott Vargas.
And Luis is down.
Yes, he is down again.
What's Shay playing?
He's playing blue base Mystic Control. It's
okay.
Yeah, I think it's only 2 color. It might be 3.
Just blue white.
Yeah,
maybe Bob.
I think it's just blue white.
Oh, cool. So how's your day been?
Well, I have a cold and I'm losing my voice. So it could
like
be
a
better.
Good job.
Yeah, it seems like that's not what I want to happen. I got some work to do. There's only 2 more rounds left.
Yeah. Man, I love doing commentary, but this is the one format where I'm,
No, this is fine. I'll just say the cards and what's going on, and then you just say whatever you think is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can say the card. You can be the play-by-play, and I'll say the interesting things. But I don't think the people in the chat would appreciate that, because I'm not as interesting as you are. We all know that.
Oh, come on! Don't play yourself down.
Okay, I'm pretty interesting, but you're pretty damn interesting too.
Well,
but you know what? We didn't high five today. That's probably why you.
We didn't have what?
We didn't high five today.
We forgot. Okay, there we go.
I just went out.
2 more.
Went out the whole tournament.
Good. I forgot to come get my Rashad love. That sucks.
You actually walked by me this morning.
I didn't see you.
I was running around.
Yeah.
Getting everything.
Yeah, I didn't sleep much last night. I've had quite the week.
Oh.
So I moved into a new apartment with my little brother, Freak's little bro, and
still in the same.
We're in the same city yet.
Okay.
And the next day, we found out that the dam close to where we live is going to be releasing 6 times the amount of water they usually do.
Is that on purpose?
Well,
did you request more water?
No, because that would flood us. So then the next day, I had to move all my stuff out again. So this whole week, I've been moving in, unpacking, packing, and moving out. That's all I did all week.
Yeah, that sounds sucky.
And I'm pretty exhausted, yeah. It was not fun.
I was just sick all week.
Oh, really? That probably sucks more. Because I only worked, 4 hours a day.
No, moving sucks. They'll try to, you can be as sick as a dog.
Terrible.
I'd rather be sick as a dog in bed for a week than moving for 2 days.
3.
Well, there you go. That extra day, just push it over the edge. No way.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll get this round started. So
these guys like to shuffle up. They're nice and thorough.
I don't want to sound ignorant, but I don't know who Richard Shay is. Does he have a background?
He is an Eternal format player.
Oh, okay.
Trying to see what finishes he has. I think he does play a lot of vintage. Also Legacy, but
So Luis probably knows who he is.
Probably. I've seen him around a lot of tournaments, mostly vintage tournaments. But That's one of the great things I like about vintage. It has its own community, and I could tell you where all those came from. But Eternal formats, they have their own community, and these guys can play. They can play their format.
Yeah.
And you'll sit down to someone you've never seen.
Mm-hmm.
You play, you lose, and they may have outplayed you, or maybe not. But it's because they've been playing this format and that deck for 7 years.
Yeah. I mean, I've been RTFCing all day long.
And you know what? In Legacy, that doesn't help all the time.
No.
We need an acronym for calling the judge and getting the Oracle text. But that's too long.
Well, I do have a what's the card called? The 1 colorless 1 green. Look at the top 3 at the beginning of your draw step, upkeep. I don't know.
Mary's gone.
No, Sylvan Library. I have a Sylvan Library in my deck.
You can't read that.
I still don't know what it does because it's in a foreign language, but I haven't drawn it yet. So I don't know exactly where I do it at.
It's during your draw.
Just before I draw, I do that?
Well, you draw your card and then you draw 2 more.
Okay, that's how
But
it
you keep
works.
those cards separate from your hand.
So Luis is going to have to ship back with his Wasteland only hand. Just had a bunch of blue cards in a Wasteland. And
Can you get a T?
And looks like Shay's going to keep the hand. I can't really tell what's in it, but saw Grim Lavamancer.
It's like a thing right over there.
I wonder why.
It's a coffee.
Oh no, that's a
there's
Magus of the
coffee
Moon.
thing
Okay.
Right there. Don't worry, I don't want any tea.
Yeah,
I'll just lose my voice and talk all weekend without a voice. Alan Hockman hates me.
No,
I don't know why.
really?
He doesn't hate me. He loves me.
How dare you?
That's not helping.
All right, so
Now he hates me.
Shay's hand is Sword of Fire and Ice and a Magus of the Moon and a Mental Misstep and some lands. And Luis is going down. Doesn't seem like that insanely strong of a keep, especially since your opponent's mulliganing. I have a different philosophy about mulliganing though. Instead of keeping loose hands at 7, I might like aggressively mulligan when my opponent mulligans.
Really?
If I'm on the draw, yeah.
I don't know. I think I just keep my hand because it's reasonable. I just go, is this a reasonable hand?
It's not going to punch. Did Luis just... Yeah. Oh, no, he does have an extra one. Yeah, because look, Luis's hand is just awesome. Okay, what's that card? It's a white-bordered red card.
I need to see it again. Oh, that's Power Blast.
Oh, Pyroblast? Oh,
Yeah.
that's going to get cast this turn. Because Luis is going to go for the standstill. Oh, he's not. Interesting. I saw it in his hand.
Oh, yeah, he has a standstill.
Yeah.
I don't know that he just doesn't want to run it out there without.
Oh, he wants to...
He wants to click it. He wants to click first.
Or maybe he wants to use that as fodder for his Force of Will so he can go click, then play Jace and Force of Will any action. I can see that happening.
Ooh.
Guy's really good at Magic.
He had a plan. He's looked at his hand. He got a plan.
I just stepped in. I was able to sneak in my lunch.
Oh, was it good? Worth it?
My mouth's burning when I put too much peppers. But
This is like... Love this job. Seems like a sweet job.
It's okay when you're not sick. When you're sick, it's kind of it's a grind.
it's sweet to be winning too.
Hey, can
You
you
guys
two?
are always winning.
Are you too good, and I can rest my voice?
Yes! Get out of here. Alright, so Luis is spell standing in the counterbalance.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to you.
And
then it's a mental misstep.
and now if he goes and forces, it's going to get pyroblasted. And he's letting it happen. That's interesting.
You can probably just go for the Jace and then try to protect your Jace, right?
Yeah.
How much testing did you put into this event?
Oh, he needed a land too. I didn't put any testing in. I'm not a big Legacy fan. I've also been testing for block, and I've been moving and things like that. So, I'm working on the Pro Tour more than anything else.
Blah blah blah. Counterbalance should be able to counterbalance.
Yeah, well, he found the top, which that's... I think he's going to have to try to Pyroblast that, yeah.
No force.
Luis doesn't come back with a force, huh?
He wants to protect this guy. Gotta protect my Jace.
Well, he doesn't have the land for it yet. I just like how the one really dark card in his hand is the Jace foil.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's more satisfying to brainstorm off a foil Jace than a regular Jace.
Yeah, you should have seen Eric Froelic's deck.
I know,
under
it's
the
real
camera. You're
shiny, yeah.
I'm surprised when he had foil F&M brainstorm. It's like, wow, really? Is that your word? Like,
Oh,
how did you get that?
He will spend a lot of money. He's like a big fan of the game. He spends a lot of money just on, you know, pimping out decks. He just loves doing it. And that result,
Oh, it did.
he let the, wow, that's, I wonder why he didn't try to force that. That one's really interesting to me because
How do you win after this?
I don't know. His opponent
Well,
has,
his island.
he has the he shuffled. Okay, what did he just reveal?
It was
A top.
It looked like a 1 cost. I couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah, he's already got a top in hand. Now he's drawing the second top.
Mirror Crusader.
Mirren Crusader. That seems really awkward with his mana. I wouldn't assume that he had a double white spell.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I have no clue what it was. I thought it was a top.
Say hi.
Hey guys, Rd7 here, just leaning over Brad's shoulder.
You can take a seat over there.
Let's go. We need a legacy expert in here. I'm kind of drowning.
So, who's playing what?
So we've got Richard Shay on the left with a Mirren Crusader and a bunch of volcanic islands, and Luis on the right.
Wait, Magus of the Moon?
No, he's got Mirren Crusader in his hand.
Yeah, I think it was
A sword? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it looks like Blue-Red Dread still to me.
Well, there's a lot of white cards in town. There's
Are
a
there
ton of
really?
white cards. There's like
Okay.
Stoneforge in them.
Okay, so
But-
maybe he's just playing Blue-White Red
So I
Stoneforge.
want to ask you. Oh, he had Dismember in his hand. That must. Okay, never mind. I was gonna ask. Oh, really? Did Luis break his own standstill?
Yes.
Why would he play it and then next turn break it?
maybe he drew the Dismember.
Yeah, I mean, did he have Dismember in his hand?
I think I saw the Dismember earlier too, because that was a card I wasn't sure of because I'm not used to Dismember picture.
No, I don't. I
I mean,
don't think. the
also,
Dismember
he's
was
doing
in-
this in combat, right?
I don't know.
If he's doing this in
no,
combat,
I think
that's-
it's at end of turn.
Okay, that's more respectable.
But he played the
He played
standstill last
standstill
turn.
literally last turn, like right before I walked
Mhm.
up.
And I didn't understand why he didn't force the moon. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask Luis about all these plays because they don't make any sense to me.
Well, and also, Rich hasn't revealed for Counterbalance yet, right?
There's been billions here.
no, but he might.
Yeah, I mean, it's implicitly on the stack,
Yeah.
regardless of what the ruling in round 3 of GP Chicago was with Pat Chapin.
So it removes a mental misstep, I believe. With that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never really understood those rules. Now it's fixed, but they were the stupidest rules were the counterbalance rules.
Yeah,
They're the worst. It's on the stack no matter what. Flip, you know.
right.
Oh, and then he
Rats.
just
It's gonna miss. That's the way
Okay, so there's a Jace.
yeah. So now he can't Jace himself, and that was his whole plan
Was to cast Jace?
was to cast Jace this turn. Yeah.
Luis's, you mean?
Yeah, that was
Oh.
Luis's entire plan was to cast his Jace. It had to been. Why would you dismember there?
Yeah. So instead, waste a Volk. And
Maybe
what's
Beat
Luis
up?
even playing?
he's playing bug
Land
still.
still? Yeah.
So what's your record?
I'm X&1. I don't
What are
even
you
know what
playing?
round this is. Basically a version of Blue-White Stoneforge, but I have a creatureless main deck and the Stoneforge is in the sideboard.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Ancestral Visions has been insane all day. So,
So Luis just life from the loam there.
Yeah, he was.
Turned
Now
to
he's
Wasteland
loaming and trying to
Festival.
wasteland. I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle here. Now he's going to get a stick of Jace.
yeah. So, I mean, Rich is no amateur here.
Yeah, I've never heard of Rich before.
He's an old school New England player who has played Dreadnought Stifle back in the day when it was actually good.
Oh, okay.
So I trust the man with a counterbalance.
I mean, I'm like a fish out of water. I do not play this format. I read every card. I played one other Legacy tournament. I think you remember that one.
Yeah, I
Do you
think
remember that one?
Yeah, no, I think I do. Congrats on the Player of the Year.
Thank you. You're welcome. So we can tell the story about how I met Rd7.
Yeah, no, that was really good. Okay, so literally the first time I met Brad was I'd just gotten kicked out of the top 8 of Columbus, and I learned that he was the one that went 9th to 8th. And I walk up to him, and he's like frantically pulling all of his cards together because like he'd given back like his Mox Diamonds that he'd borrowed, and like he was just a mess.
Within, if it was announced 5 minutes later, I would have been already out of the convention center.
And 10th place would have probably played top 8.
Yeah.
Wait,
no, they would have gave it to me, and then I would have just been.
And then you would have
just
been
not been
match
there,
lost.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they would have forced a concession. But yeah, so I mean, I'm with like Koal trying to sleeve up new deck because my sleeves were destroyed. I didn't think I was even close to making it. Like I jumped a ton of like breakers to make 9, and you know Drew comes up to me and he's a little distraught and he says, just win it for me, win the whole thing. And I had no clue what happened. I didn't even know about the DQ. I just was like, I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and there's this like small child who's like running up to me like very distraught, but like, win this tournament for me, Brad Nelson.
Yeah. And I'm like, sure, kid. And Drew's like, no, you don't understand. You have to win it. And I'm like, I will try my hardest. And then he leaves, and I look back at my friends. I'm like, who was that? Like, who was that? They're like, this kid that got DQ'd, and then I felt terrible.
Right. And then it clicked.
Okay, so Louis scooped. We knew it was over after a while there.
Scoops to the Stone Forge.
Don't go back. One second. Gotta represent.
That's why you did it.
Okay, we're good.
Wait, so what's your record?
2-2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing like the yeah.
Letting it happen, but I figured
I'm winning. I just played against Blue Green Infect.
So like Bladed Agent. Yeah, I played against that in Louisville. The first 3 turns are actually just pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh god, how many Invigorates does he have? How many rankers does he
They
have?
weren't. He mulled and played the 1/1 on turn 1.
Glistener Elf.
And he had like 3 cards in hand, and then I him him. And the next turn I path the rain cord guy, and then him.
Oh, okay. So this wasn't even a little close.
No, it was game 1. It was just a knight and wastelanding all his lands, and
Flawless victory him.
it was a flawless victory. And then I flawless victory at Affinity, and then but my first 2 rounds were against the Nauseam Tendrils deck that I didn't know was a deck.
Like,
I never knew.
Oh, okay.
I never even knew what